Hey everybody, so this week I'm gonna be taking a look at one of my favorite video games ever made, remade onto the Nintendo Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu were the first fully fledged Pokemon RPG titles released on and only on the Nintendo Switch way back in last year. So you can imagine that every Pokemon fan in the world lost their minds. But then more details of the game got released, and then maybe this discouraged some of us a little bit. Hearing that the game was more akin to Pokemon Go, released on mobile devices, where instead of battling Pokemon, you'd encounter them and then just throw Pokeballs at them. And honestly, this scared me as a longtime fan. I mean, these random battles were always so core to that Pokemon experience, and have been the norm ever since Red, Blue, and Yellow came out. So obviously, I was a little hesitant to pick up this game. I mean, I don't even play Pokemon Go anymore, and so my hype for this game was basically around here, you know. So cut to today, and the amazing people over at Toro Gaming have actually given me a copy of Let's Go Eevee to take a look at and review for you guys. And I've got to say that I was actually very pleasantly surprised. I mean, this honestly has to be one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. And here is why. Alright, so first of all, you've got to note that this game is a remake of the Red, Blue, and Yellow games that originally came out on the Game Boy Color. These were the first Pokemon games ever. They have all the original 151 Pokemon, and it's all the way back in the Kanto region. However, there are some things about this game that are drastically different from the other games. I mean, some more earth-shattering than others, though. For one, the game's story a lot more closely follows that of the anime series, which without spoiling anything, I can just say that there are a lot more cinematics, there's a lot more drawn out dialogue, and the NPCs are so lively. But then again, that's always been a staple of the Pokemon games. But the big one that everyone knows about is that random battles just don't happen anymore. So instead, you can actually walk around and see them moving in the grass. So you actually have a choice, and you know which Pokemon are in a certain area because you can visually see them on the screen. And instead of battling them and getting their health low and then throwing a Pokeball at them to hopefully catch them, this doesn't happen anymore. It's replaced by the aforementioned Pokeball throwing minigame, which honestly, as bad as it sounds, isn't that bad at all. The thing I never realized in the past is how irritating it was running into wild Pokemon. Actually, maybe a lot of us did notice that. So instead of battle, you get this screen where you have to aim the center of your console at this little shrinking circle on a Pokemon. And the interesting thing there is that whether you're in a random battle or up against a trainer battle, all of the Pokemon in your team get the same amount of experience points, which is great and all, but I guess the biggest issue here is that you won't be able to grind a single Pokemon, which does make mid-game party changes a little more discouraged, which I was a little disappointed by. Yeah, because I got away with this in the previous games a lot, like more than I should have, honestly. Probably stems from my commitment issues or something. But oh man, was it incredible to be once again able to gallop throughout the Kanto region. And here to make that galloping a little more enjoyable, you can actually take the first Pokemon in your party out to have it walk around with you, like you did in the Soul Silver and Heart Gold games, which were, coincidentally, my favorite Pokemon games ever. Like, ever. They're at the top. They were the best. Fight me. But yes, that is done here, except so much better. The Pokemon that you have walking with you are so smart that they can actually respond to you in context when you try to talk to them. It's adorable and it's amazing, and I love doing it all the time. And if you have the right Pokemon, you can actually get on their back and ride them around. I honestly screamed when I found out that I could get on my Charizard's back and fly around. And you can do this with any Pokemon that's large enough, like an Onix or a Rhyhorn. You can just get on their back and walk or run or slither through the Kanto region. It was just amazing. I love this about this game. I mean, who didn't dream about this when they were a kid playing the original Pokemon games? It's amazing that the power of the Switch is just letting us do this with the Pokemon and all these updated visuals, because everything just looks so amazing and lively. It's just so much fun getting to go through the Kanto region with your favorite Pokemon all over again, and in such gorgeous detail. Now, apart from these drastic major changes, there are a lot of smaller changes that happen in the game that really just add up to make this a Pokemon game of this era that's really friendly to new players. For example, in trainer battles, if your Pokemon has a status problem or is about to face a one-hit knockout move, if your Pokemon is happy enough, it'll either just shake off that status problem with sheer willpower or hang on to that one remaining HP left. This is pretty cool because it adds to the gameplay, it makes it a little bit easier, but only if you're willing to take the time and effort to make your Pokemon happy. And it's pretty cool how they've woven this stylistic choice into having an actual effect in battle and an actual benefit. Now, other changes include being able to pet your Eevee or your Pikachu and feed it berries, which all contribute to making it happy. And just like in Pokemon X and Y, you can accessorize your character with hats, shoes, and clothes, as well as your Eevee or your Pikachu. And another big change to take note of is that HMs aren't a thing anymore. Instead, you have secret techniques that only your Pikachu or Eevee can learn. But the great thing here is that they don't take up any move space, which is great for setting your moves according to battle rather than practicality. And to make reading stats easier, all the Pokemon's visible and invisible stat indications are shown as a combined total called Combat Power, or CP for short, which makes selecting strong Pokemon a lot easier. Combined with an actual sign that lets you know if the Pokemon's individual stats are great or not, some would almost say that this makes it a little too easy. I honestly hope this is where most of the Pokemon games are going, using style to flesh out their substance. But beneath all these fancy upgrades and gameplay and visuals and aesthetics, it's honestly just still a Pokemon game at heart. It's still the same amazing tactical role-playing adventure game that we've been playing since, or for the last 2 decades, except now it just has a fancy new shell and it's a lot more approachable. I mean, the thing about this game is that it's taking a lot of these classical elements, these classical gameplay mechanics that were present back in the day, and it's bringing it to the surface so that everyone can see it in a lot more appealing manner. And for the most part, it really works. It's easy to get into, it's simple to play, and it's just so much fun. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Toro Gaming, ground floor Garden City, Boroko 4 Mile to get yourself a copy of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu. Now, honestly guys, a huge shout out, massive thank you, shout out to Toro Gaming. They honestly, out of the blue, gave me one of these games to review. This video would not have been possible without them. So links to all their socials and their website in the description below. Please check them out. Buy a game, check out the store. It's an amazing place to buy games, to play games, to get gaming merchandise, and to just meet other people who love games as much as you do. So folks, what do you think about the review? If you liked it, let me know. If you have anything to say about Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu or Pokemon in general, let me know. I love hearing from you guys, and it'll let me know what to do next with my content. Anyway, I guess until the next one, I will see you in the next one.